Hello my dear friend, welcome back to my channel. Today we will talk about luck. So what is luck? Luck is a state of mind. It turns out how we respond to chance that can change our life. Maybe we can make our own luck.
You're walking down a mountain trail. A boulder suddenly falls in front of you.
Are you unlucky for being there at that moment where a boulder almost killed you? Or are you lucky at that moment because the boulder missed you?
The unluckiest man alive. Frayne Selak has been dubbed the unluckiest man alive, but he may also be the most generous. Why is he so unlucky, or lucky, depending on how you look at it? Well, it may be the 1962 incident where 17 people drowned after a train derailed into a river, but he survived. Or when a plane door blew open and 19 people fell to their ends, but he managed to land in a haystack. Or when his bus went into a river and he survived. Or any of the other times he cheated fate, surviving everything from getting hit by a bus to his car's fuel tank exploding. Oh, and to top it all off, after all these incidents, he won £600,000 in the lottery, the first time he's ever been paid off, and decided to give most of it away to his family and friends, though he did keep a little bit back to build a shrine to the Virgin Mary to thank her for watching out for him after all these
Story of the Chinese farmer, you ever seen that?
No.
So he loses his horse, and everybody in the town comes over and they say, oh, well, that's terrible. And he's like, maybe. And then the next day, 7 wild horses come back, and they all come over and they say, oh, well, that's great. And he says, well, maybe. And the next day, his kid is taking out one of the wild horses and breaks his leg, and the whole town comes over and they say, oh, that's terrible now, isn't it? He says, maybe. And the next day, the conscription officers come over and they're, taking people into the military to go fight, and they pass by his son because he's got a broken leg, and the whole town comes over and they say, oh, that's great now, isn't it? He says, maybe. And the point of it is that you never really know if something is bad or good because you don't know how that's going to affect the rest of your life.
Winner from England, who got rich at a very young age, but she was even more immature and less prepared to manage her new fortune than the previous couple. Roger was only 16 years old when she won the equivalent of $2.3 million in 2003. A decade later, in 2013, she only had about $2,500 in the bank. She burned through the money due to drugs. Rogers dropped about $300,000 on cocaine alone, as well as plastic surgery, high-end clothing, gifts, and partying. These decisions made Callie, who was 33 at the time of this video, live on benefits. However, since then, she has felt way stronger and completely different. Recently, she said in an interview, "It was too much money for someone so young. Even if you say your life won't change, it does, and often not for the better. It nearly broke me, but thankfully, I'm now stronger than ever."
My mom's here too. Hi, Mom! Hi! My mom, everybody! You look so beautiful, Mom! Oh, thank you, honey. Annie, honey? Yeah? Stand up straight. Mr. Steven Spielberg's here, honey. Really, Mom? In front of 1 billion people? You're gonna do that? I'm sorry. Okay, thank you. I take the note, Mom. I take the note. Please sit down.
Have you ever wondered what separates lucky from unlucky people? There are things that lucky people do, but unlucky people don't. In this video, you will learn 3 key principles that lucky people use, but unlucky people don't. You can apply this principle directly to your life to maximize your good fortune. This principle comes from the luck factor by many psychology professors. The first principle is to maximize chance opportunity. Lucky people react, notice, and act upon chance opportunity in their lives.
It's very lucky, and Brenda as unlucky. The idea was to present each person with the same opportunities and see how they responded. Directly outside the shop, a crisp £5 note was placed. Inside, there were 4 tables, with a stooge placed at each. One of these stooges was a successful businessman, while the others were not. Martin immediately noticed the £5 note and picked it up. You might say that he noticed the note. Once inside, he ordered a coffee and sat down next to the businessman. Within minutes, he'd introduced himself to the guy and started chatting away. Brenda, by contrast, walked right over the note. You might say she didn't notice the note. Okay, Nelson, you've milked that one enough. Brenda ordered a coffee, then sat down quietly and didn't talk to anyone. Later, Brenda described her morning as uneventful. Martin, on the other hand, excitedly talked about finding £5 and having an awesome chat with a successful businessman. This was the first principle in action. Martin maximised his chance opportunity.
The second principle is to expect good fortune. Lucky people of expectation of good things happening to them were higher than unlucky people's expectation.
Were given a newspaper and asked to count the number of photographs inside. On average, the unlucky people took approximately 2 minutes to count the photographs, whereas the lucky people took just a few seconds. Why? Because on the page 2 of the newspaper, written in large type, was the message, "Stop counting. There are 43 photographs in this newspaper." Just for fun, Professor Wiseman also placed a second large message halfway through the newspaper. It said, "Stop counting. Tell the experimenter you've seen this and win $250. The unlucky people missed this opportunity because they were still too busy looking for photographs. The findings have revealed that luck is neither a magical ability nor the result of random chance. People are not born lucky or unlucky. Instead, people's thoughts and behaviors are responsible for much of their good or bad fortune.
The third principle is turn bad luck into good. Lucky people see the positive sides of any bad luck that happens to them. If bad thing happens, they imagine how things could have been worse.
How things could have been even worse. Richard and his research partners asked lucky and unlucky people to imagine an armed robber shooting them in the arm. They then had to rate the experience from very unlucky, -3, to very lucky, +3. To unlucky people, this was obviously unlucky. One unlucky participant, Stephen, remarked, "I find this odd. How can this situation be considered lucky unless, of course, you enjoy getting shot?" Lucky people viewed the situation as much luckier. One lucky participant, Marvin, gave the scenario a +3 and remarked, "It's lucky because you could have been shot in the head. Also, you could sell your story to the newspapers and make some money." That's it for today.
Luck isn't control our life because it is nothing. A simple mindset we created in our minds is only luck. Everything depends upon our work and struggle. Lucky and unlucky people are determined by the way they think, which suggests that there are hope for change. I think that anyone has capability and potential to make themselves luckier. It means a lot of good fortune is due to the way you think, the way you behave. Understand the mindset of the lucky people. You can bring a lot of good fortune into your life. Before you go to bed tonight, just remember you will never know how amazing your story can be. If you keep living the same chapter, turn to the next page. Don't let the little thing bother you. Keep up the good work. Remember this when you wake up tomorrow. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you really enjoy it. And if you like it, please share it to everyone and see you in my next video.